Football. Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Seminoles will kick it away first. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He's out of bounds at the 25-yard line, gets it right back to the touchback position, and the offense will take over. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. The give to the tailback. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. Guys, let's look big picture Miami. It's been a season to remember so far, fresh off their new top 10 ranking. How far can this team go?
Well, they're starting to get there now, right? And I think once you get some big wins, Jesse, and you start to climb up, you start to feel that and the momentum and the confidence that it builds with your squad. I think we might just be scratching the surface with this group.
Yeah, that's the difference with this team is it feels like they're really starting to believe. We always knew they were talented. They knew it too, but getting some of these big wins this season, I think they now believe they can take down anybody in the country.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not opening up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Wants to throw on 3rd. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Just got to wonder, too, guys, if the crowd didn't impact the offense. They're playing on the road on the first 3rd down of this football game. Incomplete. The idea here, I think, just punt it away and see if you can regroup because this environment is hostile.
The one thing that can derail this offense, a bunch of 3-and-outs. They won't do that here, but they might go 4-and-out if they don't convert. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Makes a grab past the marker. Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive. And the Canes come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on 1st down. Here's the pressure. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Going the other way, and he's got room. He's at the 20. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Florida State.
You always want to come out and set the tone as a defense. Get a stop, make a punt. How about this? Get the INT and take it back to the house. Way to set the tone for this defense here.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Coming out with it, it's Francis. He's got great speed. He's got an alley. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is a field-flipping machine. Taking on one end, return it to the other.
And now you get to celebrate. What a beautiful job. We always talk about defense. We always talk about offense. But, man, when your special teams come through for you and score, it is huge, and it provides such a boost for the crowd.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
That's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on that RPO. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when the quarterback, I think, needs to hold on to and then throw downfield.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Quarterback making checks. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. On target over the middle. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
And he's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially
under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
The Seminoles now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. The give from the gun. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
The Seminoles will punt this one away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. He'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. To throw on 1st down. Flips it out on the screen. It's a fumble. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. They knocked him down after the takeaway, and a big play for this defense.
The more hats you have near the football, the more likely you are to cause a fumble. So many guys with their hands wrapped around guys, the ball's bound to pop out occasionally, and you got to be in the right place at the right time.
Trying to start the drive with a pass. Might be looking to run. Rolling, throwing, looking right. Touchdown, no! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
Well, you can't get momentum in a game any better than they just did. Defensively, you get the turnover. Right away, your offense jogs on the field. You take a shot deep, you hit it for a touchdown. They've got a lot of explosive playmakers on this offense, and you saw it right there.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They finally get him stopped after he maneuvered his way to the 42. They'll start this drive from the 42. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires left. A strike downfield. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one? You get a guy who can do that on the outside and is sort of in the DNA of Miami's program.
Yeah, just speed. Those are guys that put fear in you. Those are the track stars. The Sunshine State produces so many of them. Those guys can absolutely fly.
Wants to go up top on first down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. He is a menace rushing the passer, career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call, and they want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
Perhaps emboldened by converting a fourth down earlier in the game, they'll try a second time. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down?
Great coverage on that fourth down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Got his man on the right. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? The offense changing the play. Wants to fire on second down. Finds his back in the middle. And they pick up just a few on that completion. And the Noles in the hurry up. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Offense facing fourth down. Number 14, on to punt it away.
We've come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. The Seminoles will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They're going to throw it to start the drive. And wings it incomplete. These two have storied traditions in the history of the sport, but in the not-too-distant past, Miami actually considered giving up football, and Florida State was an afterthought.
Now, a lot of people forget back in the day when Miami was in the Big East, right? And Florida State was in the ACC. This was kind of an interconference battle every time they played. But no doubt, David, this game just holds so much more significance to both programs.
Both in the state of Florida. Florida State, Miami, the uniforms are so great. The lineage, the history of the players. So it does. It feels like this rivalry's been playing a lot longer than since 1950.
Love the execution there in the screen. The running back shows pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on third down at the dope. Fires to the tight end. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. Excellent situational awareness to make the grab and get just enough of that first down.
And how about the play call? They didn't want to hold on to the football. They wanted to get that thing out of their hand, trust the receiver to make the catch, and then what does he do? Gets the first down, gets out of bounds, new set of downs for this offense.
And the Hurricanes will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Here's a heat. Blasted as he lets it go. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the knee.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense has just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Linebacker shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Fires to the right. It's complete.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
And the Canes are marching down the field. The give to the back. Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Trying to get the corner. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can't pick up the first without scoring. The toss sweep to the right. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Miami.
And I like this offense. They didn't panic. A lot of times you see offenses panic and want to get back in it when they're down really quickly, and they force the issue. They stayed patient. They stayed within themselves, and we're an extra point away from being a tied football game.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. And after the extra point was good, it's even Steven here in the 2nd quarter. He'll bring it out. Slips through the line. Oh, what vision. There he goes. Open it up. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Seminoles. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
He'll bring it out. It's Francis. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. He'll start this drive firing. He lets one fly deep. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Man, another mistake by this Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you. And I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent, but he's making bad decisions.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Quarterback adapting. He'll try to do it himself. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
The Noles come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Unleashes one. It's picked off. That's 18 of those this season. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound. The war chant on 3rd down at the dope. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down.
Man, wow, what a catch by the big fella. And when he's not open, he's open. So nice to have a big target that can make those type of catches. I imagine he'll keep throwing him the football.
This is not leather helmet era football. This is analytics around midfield, 4-down territory. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
Well, here's a classic sudden change situation early in the game. We're going to see a few of these as the game goes on, but with the defense getting that stop on 4th down in their opponent territory, the offense now has an opportunity to come out here and maybe take a shot in this sudden change situation, see if they can catch the defense napping.
The give to the back. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
Just feeds the running back. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
This is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that 1st down.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. The lone back's got it. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Lets it fly. He's got an open man. Right on the money with that throw. The defense was there, but they're in the red zone with a first down at the 12. And the Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. They think there's room to run to the right here. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll leave it with him. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. It'll be 3rd and long. Power football with the run. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down. The defense burns their 3rd and final timeout of the half. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal. And this one is perfect. And now the lead is even bigger. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Canes will line up to kick off and start the second half. And he's going to bring it out. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Motion from the back. Snap to the back. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Turning it on. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that Wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
Starting this drive like that is exactly what they'd hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. Looking downfield on first down. And he'll chuck that one away and save the down. Nobody was able to get open. So now it's 2nd and long. it on the option. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. Wants to adjust the pattern. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Fires to the big fella. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
And the Seminoles are on the move. Looking for space. It's Hall. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. It's caught. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. Anytime a wide receiver makes a big play like that, images of Peter Warrick start flashing in Seminoles' heads.
And, man, just that time, that era with Bobby Bowden, those offenses, you just think about high-flying, every position, game breakers, and I think a swag, Reese. Just guys that I know I can throw to the outside that had swag that could take it to the house and make big plays.
That's a great individual play, and I love cornerbacks that don't just take pride in covering guys. I like guys that like to put their face in the fan and affect the running game. This dude is physical, and he impacts the defense because of it.
And those guys are really hard to find. A lot of corners, they're smaller. They don't want any part of the physical run game. Nice job sticking his face in there, setting the edge, making the tackle.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
They'll break out the Wildcat to try to move the chains. Sends it back in motion. Snap to the back. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. You've got the lead, third quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. Andy's already 1 for 1, so this time he'll try to put one through from 39 yards out. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Interesting matchup this week in the Mountain West, and it sure is playing out that way. Tulane is trailing right now, but it's only a couple of points. That quarterback just needs to show the poise of a young Sean King, and they are right back in this. They're trailing by 10 to Fresno State. Any change of momentum, any notable highlights from Mountain West country, we'll let you know, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. unleashes one. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
And listen, I think the offense did a really good job isolating that running back on a linebacker, running the angle route, had him open. Running back's there. You got to make that play, man. Had a chance after the catch to do some damage.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Oh, they're after him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football. Now they face 3rd down.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Finds his man. It's Cummings. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. On 4th down, looking to pass. He'll pull it down and run. Crosses the 45. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. They go back to work with a 1st down in the final period of this one. To the air on 1st down. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Gets rid of it. Incomplete. Man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
And man, did the defense just miss an opportunity that they could have turned the lights out with the lead, get the football back here. Missed opportunity. Maybe this offense now can take advantage and swing some momentum in this football game.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. With the catch, it's Francis. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
This defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's the big-time moment. In the 4th quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Grab near the marker. It's Francis. Brought down at the 25-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup, and this offense is threatening. Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to throw again. Makes the grab.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. And now on second down for this offense. Back to pass. Makes the grab. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route, running all the way across the field. And the DB just can't stay with him because of his speed. And as a result, they give up a big one.
They'll run the option. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Canes.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
And the extra point splits the uprights. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. Make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Direct snap. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line.
And after that negative play on offense with the lead late in the game, I think there are still ways that you can be creative and run the football, but not be so obvious. So zone read type plays, fake dives and pitches to the running back to get him outside, jet sweeps. You can find other ways to keep the clock moving, even though the defense knows you're going to run it.
The Seminoles with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Florida State.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Making side adjustments here. Second down, they'll go to the air. Pocket breaking down. He's got him in the flat. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
I like the play call on offense. I like you trying to get the running back involved in the pass game, too. Defense was ready for that one. Let's see what you've got dialed up on third.
Certain moments in the game you know are just a little bit bigger. Here's one of them. Big play coming on third and long. Gets the back moving. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Unloads to the wideout. Working that left side. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. He was doing everything he could. Got away from one guy, but not that next one, and he came up short.
Yeah, he needed a few more extra efforts to find a way to make that happen. Nice catch. Nice job breaking the first tackle, but couldn't get rid of the next guy and get that extra yardage needed for the first down.
They'll keep the offense on the field on 4th down already with a one-possession lead. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. There he goes. Touchdown, Florida State. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach, and that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Week to week, it's so tough to figure the Mountain West, which is why this one is notable. Tulane is trailing right now, but it's only a couple of points. That quarterback just needs to show the poise of a young Sean King, and they are right back in this. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Fresno State. The moment something changes in this Mountain West fight, you will hear about it here. Back to you guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw on first down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it. But you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback. And again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the first down.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you're working the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Wants to go up top on first down. Hums it downfield. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
Well, quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
Behind the chains now on second and long. He wants to throw it again. Makes the grab. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
This is an offense that obviously practices 2-minute situations, but they're not executing it right now, and I don't like the play call. You got to be throwing to the sticks, or you got to be throwing to the sidelines so guys can get out of bounds.
And they're not on the same page there. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Fires to the wideout. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
And that just about does it. That about puts this thing to bed. The offense, listen, they had to go for it, but now defense, this is the situation where you say, I'm just going to eat clock, up by several possessions, eat clock, get out of here with a W.
Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. They'll send the back in motion. Snap to the back. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcat. defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. Back has it. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They're going to send out the field goal unit, and that kicker will... Oh, the fake, and he wants to throw. And that pass, not surprisingly, is incomplete. I know they wanted to be aggressive, throw caution to the wind. They might have been better off playing it safe there. First snap of this drive comes from their own 44. First play of the drive, wants to throw. He's taking the deep shot. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers and he couldn't hold on. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Now on second down. Wants to go up top. Unloads it left. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be leaving here with an out.
Catch in the middle, it's Francis. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. Snagged in the middle, it's Francis. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Wide open downfield. Into the end zone for a touchdown, and here in the final minute, they still have a chance.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
And the extra point is good. 30 seconds left on the clock, and their last gasp will come down to getting this onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing. Ball is free. Oh, the offense lucky to fall on that loose football. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. Quarterback takes a knee. It rarely disappoints when the Seminoles and Hurricanes get together, and it is Florida State celebrating the Flames.